So one of the major problems that I see whenever people are starting to add employees into the mix and scale their business is a lot of times whenever you get into these meetings that are creative type meetings, and especially when you have new people on board, some people are actually afraid to chime in. And when that happens and people are actually unable to or unwilling to contribute to those meetings, it can actually work against you and creativity standpoint and work against the entire team. So here's some things that I found that actually help to get people to engage and to get people to feel more comfortable contributing in these meetings. So when you collaborate openly, and when I mean this is you're sharing things with no agenda, meaning it's going to be for the good of the team, right? You're not just introducing something that's going to be great for your department or, hey, we're going to do this so that way I can ring my bell, but we're actually sitting there and we're talking about collaborating openly and making it to where it's good for the team, for the whole company, not just the one individual person. Then that way other people should feel comfortable chiming in because they see it's a collaborative effort. Engaging the community is actually a great way to bring in outside opinions from people outside of your business. A pretty unique way that I've actually seen this done is to encourage reverse mentorship. And that's basically where you get some of the junior or even intern level people in the company. And what I mean by this is when you get some of the junior or maybe even entry level or intern type people and actually have them provide their input to some of the people that are in the old guard that have been around a little bit longer, a lot of times that can actually bring a fresh perspective and move things along quicker. When it comes to building teams, have them collaborate internally as well. So that's something where sometimes gets lost in the shuffle is that you are in fact part of a team. So when you can actually break them out and have them collaborate as a general and have them collaborate internally, it actually helps move the whole process along and can get a lot of ideas unstuck. When you connect with empathy, it's also very, very powerful. So when people are actually seeing that you're coming from a place of love and authenticity, they should be more willing to drop their guard and collaborate openly with the team. And then from there, a lot of times we do see some great success from that. Another thing that you can do for this is actually follow up. How many meetings do you go to where all these ideas are discussed and then that's it? That's the last time you ever heard of them. In some cases, all you have to do is set a recurring task to follow up and make sure that the things are being done, implemented, or tested, or whatever you have to do to make sure that it's actually working or not working. You can generate ideas through content as well. This is something that we're starting to see more and more of is whenever you're actually going out and building content first, and then from there you're actually being able to get ideas that you can implement because you see how that content is performing and the types of feedback that you're getting, and that can really guide you along the process there too. Leveraging AI is something that is very, very underrated right now. There are tons of tools available out there for anybody, but the early adopters we're finding are actually getting a head start on everybody else because they're learning how to leverage these more efficiently, faster, and with more accuracy than most other people are. Holding non-business events is a great way as well. A lot of times people think when they heard networking, they're, oh, it's business, right? You have people that are handing out their business cards and trying to sell each other stuff. However, if you were to do something, let's say for instance, at my building here, we do car shows a lot, right? It's not business related, but we're bringing all kinds of different people from the community in that we normally probably would not interact with. But because we have a shared goal, a shared vision, and a shared passion, and from there, a lot of progress is made. If you become a resource for information as opposed to a salesman, it can be very, very effective as well. How many times when you go into social media or you open your email or whatever, you just see the same people sell, 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 buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, as opposed to when you come from an education or value first perspective where you're actually educating, you're showing people how to do things, you're teaching them instead of saying, hey, buy, you're leading with how can I help? And a lot of times people are going to be much more apt and willing to want to work with you at that point when you lead with some value first. Most people, when they buy, they want to buy from a story. They want to feel a level of connection with somebody. And what I found is when you skip the actual sales pitch, turn it into more of a presentation with a story going along where the buyer or the prospective buyer can follow the journey and relate to the people involved in it. We found that we get a much higher close rate as well as a better type of client that's coming on because we can tailor that message to our specific and perfect client avatar. And that allows us to say no and disqualify people who don't fit into that role, which ultimately is going to lead to a better business relationship for both of us and is usually a lot more long-term and a lot more profitable as well. So these are some of the tactics that I've used in my business to collaborate, to get new ideas, to breathe some fresh life into the business, into the industry as a whole. So if you like what I've seen, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe below.